Howdy y'all, it's Mark from Homestead. And despite having the pigs in the background, what I really want to talk about today is pasture poultry and how you can make a profit, just small scale at a farmer's market. Got my handy dandy clipboard today and just fed the pigs, so just figured I'd, since 2025 is here, I'm pretty excited to start this year and start farming again. And you know, I just wanted to talk about what we have planned and what it looks like profit-wise with all the costs and stuff associated with raising pasture poultry. If you're joining us for the first time, what we are as Oz Homestead is a 21-acre farm just on the outside of Northern Virginia, but not quite in Central Virginia yet. I call it the front line of the heartland. And so we're really close to a large populated area, about an hour north. And then we have a farmer's market that we go to and sell at, we're a vendor at. And that's just right south of Haymarket, Virginia / Gainesville area. And so that's a highly populated area, very affluent, and a lot of cool people up there. And we really enjoy going to that farmer's market and selling our product and meeting new people. So that's kind of our story. We raise pork in the woods, like you see behind me. I rotate these pigs every couple of weeks, like every 3 or 4 weeks, so I guess every month. And we rotate them to a new area. That way no parasite cycle can develop. And they get to have free range in this area here. And these two will be going to the butcher at the end of February. So back to pasture poultry. So what we do is we order our chicks from a hatchery, whether it's Myers or Murray McMurray. They show up in the mail at the post office. You come and you pick them up when they call you. Pick them up, bring them home. You put them in the brooder for 3 to 4 weeks until they kind of get their feathers developed, and you know they'll have a heat lamp in there, and they'll be little tiny chicks or whatever. And then from there, what happens is you move them out onto pasture once they get a little bigger, right? So 3-4 weeks into it, you move them out on pasture for another 4 weeks, and by 8 weeks, they should be fully ready to butcher. Now we're talking Cornish cross chickens, so they get big quick. They taste amazing, a lot of really nice meat on them, and we really enjoy raising them. They're super easy. They're easy to butcher because they don't have as much feathers as other birds like the Freedom Rangers, which we've done in the past too, and those take closer to 12 weeks to get to maturity for butchering. So we do the Cornish crosses, we have them out on pasture, and then we butcher them, and 9 times out of 10 it's just me and my wife butchering them on our property. We have all the stuff we need. We got our scalder, our plucker, we have killing cones, or some people call them hugging cones, but that's what we do. Then we if we have 30 birds, 15 of them we'll actually package as full birds, and then the rest of the 15, so the 15 remaining, we'll part out and we'll do breast, breast, leg and thigh quarters, as well as wings. That way those are individually packaged so people can have those as an option, as well as the full birds. Let's get into it. At the very end, I'm going to tell you about how much you actually make. It's going to be pretty interesting. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about how we do it, what the numbers are, and everything like that. And at the very end, I'll give you the profit that we actually make. So for 2025, we're going to order 101 Cornish cross broilers. So we have 3 different batches coming right now. Each of them are between 33 and 35 birds. So the total is 101. Now, when they come in through the mail, you might have 1 or 2 that die. So that's just the fact. That's why I order 33 and 35 instead of just 30, right? So what we're planning on doing is having friends and folks that want to come out and help us butcher our chickens. If you come out, you're going to get a free bird. Like if you and your wife come, or you and your significant other come, you get a free bird for helping us butcher the animals, right? So it's a lot of fun. You get to learn something, and then you kind of come away with a nice, delicious product from us that you get your own, that you do yourself. So it's like really that connection that you get there. Out of the 101, 6 of those are going to be given to the folks who help us butcher, and then another 5 are going to be kept for myself and my wife. Probably going to do more and then keep more too. So let's see how this goes. So the total of 90 birds are going to be sold at market. So out of all those, the 101, 90 of them are going to be sold at the market, right? So we're going to talk about cost of purchasing and raising your Cornish cross chickens. So we're doing 90 for 2025, and talk about a bonus at the end. I'll talk about that later. So we're going to do 90 birds, right? So 90 birds from Myers Hatchery in Pennsylvania. They have free shipping to the Blessed Commonwealth of Virginia. So I decided to go with them this year. instead of Murray McMurray, and they are also a little bit cheaper than Murray McMurray right now at $3.35 a bird when you order 33 or 35 at a time, right? So if you order more at a time, the price of each individual chick is lowered. So you can save money that way if you buy in bulk. We just can't facilitate that right now because we're running smaller chicken tractors, and we just don't. This is something we do on the side. We both have full-time jobs and a 7-month-old kid, so we don't really want to be doing too much at once, right? That's going to stress us out. So I'm trying to balance everything out here. So all right, back to business. The cost of 90 birds from Myers Hatchery at $3.35 a bird is $301.50. So that's the cost of just buying the chicks. All right. So now you got 90 birds, you're gonna feed them for 8 weeks at a time, right? So throughout the year, we're gonna do batches of 30, butcher those, 30, butcher those, and like going until August, right? From March, March until August, we're gonna be having chickens. They consume roughly 12 pounds of feed per bird to get to 8 weeks. So 90 birds at 12 pounds of feed is 1,080 pounds of feed. If you got 50-pound bags, that's 21.6 50-pound bags of feed. So from my local granary that I get my feed from, one 50-pound bag of feed is $15.54 a bag. So that makes your total feed cost for these 90 birds to get to maturity at $335.66. So that being said, ways that you can mitigate that cost is if you can buy in bulk. And if you have like a grain trailer where they can show up and they can fill it for you, it's actually cheap. So now we're gonna get to sale. So now that you have the cost of how much it is to raise these chickens, now let's talk about how you sell them and market them. So for the 90 birds, 45 of the 90 birds are gonna be whole, so sold as whole chickens in a bag, and then 45 are gonna be parted out, okay? So you have 45 broilers, and they get to roughly 6 pounds each. So these are all rough estimate here. 6 pounds each is roughly our average. So selling them at $7 a pound for these whole birds. So out of the 90 birds, that's an income of $1,890 for those 45 full birds at $6 or at $7 a pound. All right, now let's talk about the parted out birds. So 45 breasts, so each bird obviously has 2 breastises. Those are roughly, we do packs of 2, and we seal them, and those are roughly around $125 a pound, right, for a pack of 2, and we sell those at $15 a pound. And now that seems high, however, that's cheaper than a lot of the other farms around here. So some I've seen all the way up to $17 a pound for chicken breast. Now, so it's $15 a pound, so that's an income of $843.75 for your 45 birds. All right, now you have 45 leg quarters, so each bird obviously has 2 legs. We do the whole thigh and leg, and we do those packs of 2. And those roughly are around 1.6 pounds for a pack of 2. And so that's we sell those each pack at $9 a pound. And so that's a income of $648 for those. All right, and then we do packs of wings. And so you have obviously 2 wings on each bird, and we do whole wings. We used to part them out into buffalo wings where you have the drum and the leg, like the flat, but now we just do full wings. And so we do packs of 4 of those. And so you're gonna get roughly 11 packs of wings. So that's 4 full wings per pack, and we just sell those at $10 flat. So each pack is $10 flat regardless of weight. And so for the those 11, that's $110 income right there. So your total income, right? So your gross money coming in from that is $3,491.75. So now we're going to talk about profit, what you actually get in pocket. And so, you know, you're out there, you're feeding these birds every day, you're moving them twice a day, making sure nothing's trying to kill them or eat them prematurely. And you are also butchering them, which is that's a long day of just, like, you know, sanitizing everything, butchering the animal and parting it out and all that. It just takes a lot of time. It's like a 2-day thing for us, because we butcher on Friday and then we part out on Saturday. So, and then by Sunday we're at the farmer's market. So profit, so after subtracting $301.50 for the cost of the chicks themselves, and then also $335.66 for the cost of the feed. The profit from 90 Cornish cross broilers is $2,854.59. So what's not included in this, right, is the cost of the booth at the farmer's market. We do drop-in because we're not ready for full-time yet there at the farmer's market, so we do drop-in, which is $30 a day. And so what we do for that is we have a bunch of egg layer chickens, so we just bring fresh eggs and we sell those around $6 a dozen, and we'll bring at least 6, maybe more, and that covers the cost of just being there, right? So that's kind of how we do that. That's a little kind of tip for you guys. So that excludes the cost of being at the farmer's market, the gas to get there, the cost of ice, because you do have to ice these birds once you butcher them. You put them in coolers full of ice. Packaging, right? So you have to use your like giant poultry bags or the seal and meal bags that we have for our vacuum sealer. And then also labor, right? So the way we see it is we're putting our own labor into the farm, and it's like our own investment, right? It's fun, it's therapeutic for me. I just think there's nothing better than hanging out with these animals, feeding them, taking care of them, and it's just feeling connected and proud of what we have here is just, I enjoy doing it. I mean, it's just like, just my hobby, right? So I don't factor labor into it, and a lot of farmers don't, because it's just, if you did that, you'd just be very depressed. All right, so that's that. Now, what we're thinking about doing, because this is only up until August, if we do another batch of 30, so we'll order 33, and then, you know, we'll actually sell 30 of them. So with the profit and everything, that's $31.70 a bird. So if we do an extra 30, so we're at 120 birds, that profit is $3,804. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing, is ordering another 33 birds on top of the 90 that we're going to end up butchering. And then that'll put us at $3,804 of profit. And then that just also doesn't include pasture pork that we're doing. So this isn't pasture pork, this is forest raised pork. We're gonna take these two to the butcher, and I'll do another video on the profit and all the metrics that you get out of raising pork as well. Well, anyways, thank you guys for joining. I hope you found this interesting. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment, share the video. If you know somebody that wants to be a farmer or is thinking about getting into it, or somebody who's currently getting into small-time farming and all that, share the video with them, and hopefully they find it useful. I'm thinking about down the road doing a video on some of the tips that we actually do that make us pretty successful for such a small operation. Now, I say successful because we can't keep product in stock. We have people always talking to us about, like, hey, when do you have chicken back in stock? You know, right now we're sold out on pork. We have people reaching out to us if we have any more pork, and we just don't right now, but we're gonna have some soon in a couple of months. So anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you share it, and we'll catch you on the next one.